Have you ever wondered why so many older people are suddenly told they have new diseases as they age? Has aging itself been turned into a medical condition? As we grow older, our bodies change. That's natural. But today, many normal signs of aging are being labeled as diseases. This not only creates fear, but often leads to unnecessary treatments that do more harm than good. Let's uncover 7 common examples. Mild high blood pressure is a condition that often raises concern among older adults and their families. As we age, it is common for blood pressure to rise slightly, and many people are quick to label this as a dangerous health problem. However, it is important to understand that a modest increase in blood pressure is often a natural part of aging rather than a true illness. The walls of our arteries gradually lose elasticity over time, and the heart may pump a little harder to ensure that blood reaches all parts of the body. This physiological change does not necessarily indicate a serious health issue. In fact, mild elevations in blood pressure are quite common among people over the age of 50, and in many cases they exist without any symptoms at all. People might live with slightly higher readings for years without ever experiencing complications. Despite this, the discovery of elevated numbers during routine medical checkups can cause anxiety. Doctors often feel pressure to prescribe medication, even when the rise is minimal, which can lead to overtreatment. This is not only unnecessary in many cases, but can also introduce risks that outweigh the original concern. Medications for blood pressure are powerful, and while they are life-saving in severe cases, they are not without side effects. Dizziness, fatigue, weakness, and even falls can occur, especially in older adults who may already have a delicate balance or slower reflexes. It is also worth noting that daily life factors can temporarily raise blood pressure readings, including stress, caffeine intake, or even the anxiety of a medical appointment itself. Such fluctuations can make a normal aging process appear more alarming than it truly is. Over time, people begin to associate mild high blood pressure with imminent danger, despite the fact that slight increases are often well tolerated by the body. For example, research shows that many individuals with moderately elevated numbers live long, healthy lives without ever developing heart disease or stroke. This points to the complexity of blood pressure as a measure of health. It is influenced by numerous factors, including genetics, lifestyle, and overall cardiovascular condition. By understanding the difference between a natural age-related rise in blood pressure and a true medical problem, people can better interpret their health status and avoid unnecessary interventions. Education and awareness are essential because they allow individuals to see mild high blood pressure in context rather than as an immediate threat. The distinction between what is normal for an aging body and what constitutes a disease is subtle but important. Recognizing this helps prevent fear-driven decisions, reduces exposure to unnecessary medications, and encourages a more measured approach to managing one's health. While the medical community has made tremendous progress in treating serious hypertension, it is equally crucial to differentiate these natural changes from conditions that genuinely require intervention. Understanding mild high blood pressure as part of the aging process can shift the focus from alarm to awareness, highlighting the resilience of the human body and its ability to adapt over time. If you want, I can also expand the other 6 signs of aging in the same detailed 500-word style, so the whole speech has depth and impact. Do you want me to do that? Mild memory lapses are a natural part of aging, and something that most people experience at some point in their lives. It is common to occasionally forget names, misplace keys, or struggle to recall a word during a conversation. These small lapses are often mistaken for serious cognitive problems, but they usually reflect the normal changes that occur in the brain over time rather than any underlying disease. As we age, the brain undergoes subtle structural and chemical changes. Neurons, the cells responsible for transmitting information, may not communicate as quickly as they did in youth, and the brain's processing speed can slow down slightly. This can result in minor forgetfulness that is often more noticeable in situations that require quick recall or multitasking. For instance, Remembering a shopping list without writing it down or recalling the exact details of a conversation from the previous day can become more challenging. Despite these small difficulties, overall cognitive abilities, such as understanding concepts, reasoning, and learning new information, generally remain intact. Many older adults maintain strong mental sharpness in their day-to-day lives, even while noticing occasional lapses in memory. Mild memory lapses are usually temporary and situational, often influenced by factors like fatigue, stress, distractions, or lack of sleep. For example, forgetting a person's name at a busy social gathering or overlooking a small task on a hectic day is normal and does not signal the onset of dementia. These lapses reflect the normal limits of attention and working memory rather than structural damage to the brain. In fact, research shows that people with mild forgetfulness often perform just as well as younger adults in tasks that do not rely on immediate recall. The frequency of these lapses can vary widely between individuals, and some people may notice them more due to personality traits, lifestyle, or heightened awareness of aging. Importantly, mild memory lapses do not usually worsen rapidly. Unlike serious cognitive conditions, these lapses tend to be stable and do not interfere significantly with daily functioning. Older adults often develop coping strategies naturally, such as using notes, calendars, or reminders, which help manage these small gaps in memory. Recognizing that mild forgetfulness is a normal part of aging can reduce unnecessary worry and prevent the mistaken belief that every lapse is a sign of disease. Understanding the distinction between normal memory changes and actual cognitive decline is crucial, as it allows individuals to maintain confidence in their mental abilities and continue engaging fully in daily life. Aging brings many changes to the mind and body, but mild memory lapses are often simply part of that process. They are a reflection of a brain that has accumulated years of experiences and knowledge, which sometimes comes with slower recall. Awareness of these changes provides perspective, showing that forgetfulness is not inherently alarming, and highlights the resilience and adaptability of the human brain as it ages naturally over time. Slower metabolism is a natural part of aging and something that almost everyone experiences as they grow older. As we age, the body's processes gradually become less efficient, and one of the most noticeable changes is in the rate at which we burn calories. In youth, the body converts food into energy quickly, supporting growth, activity, and repair. Over time, however, the metabolism slows down due to a combination of factors, including changes in hormone levels, loss of muscle mass, and shifts in organ function. Muscle tissue is particularly important in this process because it burns more calories at rest than fat tissue. As people age, they naturally lose some muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia, and this contributes to a slower resting metabolic rate. In addition, hormones such as thyroid hormones, insulin, and growth hormone gradually decrease, affecting how efficiently the body uses energy. The result is that older adults may find it easier to gain weight, even if they are eating the same amount as they did in their younger years. Energy levels may also feel lower because the body's ability to convert nutrients into usable energy is not as fast or as robust as before. This change can be subtle at first and may go unnoticed until small differences in weight, stamina, or physical performance become apparent. People might also notice that recovery from physical activity or fatigue takes a little longer. Despite these shifts, slower metabolism is a normal, healthy part of aging and does not automatically signal a disease or a serious health problem. It is simply the body adapting to its new stage of life. Many of the physical signs associated with slower metabolism, such as slight weight gain or reduced energy, are often misinterpreted as illnesses or metabolic disorders, but in reality, they are reflections of natural bodily changes. The pace at which metabolism slows can vary widely between individuals and is influenced by genetics, lifestyle, and overall health. For example, people who maintain regular physical activity, especially strength training, may experience a smaller decline in metabolic rate, while those who are sedentary may notice it more. Slower metabolism can also affect appetite, digestion, and how the body responds to changes in diet or activity, making the balance of energy intake and expenditure different from when someone was younger. Aging does not stop the body from functioning effectively. It simply changes the pace at which it operates. Understanding that a slower metabolism is part of the natural aging process can provide clarity and reduce unnecessary concern when small changes in weight, energy, or physical performance appear. These changes are not failures or illnesses, but are normal adaptations of the body over time. Over the years, the body learns to conserve energy more efficiently, adjust to changes in muscle, Recognizing slower metabolism as a normal sign of aging highlights the incredible adaptability of the human body and the subtle ways it maintains balance and energy throughout life. Joint pain and stiffness are experiences that many people encounter as they age, and they are often regarded as inevitable aspects of growing older. As the body ages, joints undergo natural changes that affect their flexibility, strength, and overall function. Cartilage, the smooth tissue that cushions the ends of bones, can gradually wear down over time, leading to a sensation of stiffness or occasional discomfort. This is a normal part of aging and does not necessarily indicate a serious disease or an urgent medical problem. Additionally, the fluid that lubricates joints may decrease slightly with age, which can make movement feel less smooth and more effortful than in younger years. Tendons and ligaments, which connect muscles to bones and support joint stability, also lose some elasticity, contributing to reduced flexibility and a feeling of tightness. These changes can be more noticeable after periods of inactivity, such as waking up in the morning or sitting for long periods. Many older adults find that their joints are stiffer at these times, but loosen up gradually as they move throughout the day. The natural wear and tear of daily life, including years of walking, bending, lifting, or repetitive motion, can accumulate in joints, sometimes causing mild aches or tenderness. However, this is often a reflection of normal aging rather than a sign of a severe underlying problem. The intensity and frequency of joint discomfort can vary widely among individuals. Some people may experience occasional stiffness after physical activity, while others notice more persistent sensations as their bodies adapt to years of use. Lifestyle factors such as past injuries, physical activity levels, and body weight can influence how pronounced these changes are, but they remain within the spectrum of normal aging. Joint pain and stiffness are also influenced by the body's natural inflammatory responses. As we age, the tissues around joints may respond more sensitively to minor strains or changes in activity, which can create temporary discomfort. This sensitivity, while sometimes bothersome, is part of the body's way of signaling the need for gentle care and awareness rather than a reflection of illness. Importantly, most age-related joint changes develop gradually, allowing the body to adapt over time. Older adults often notice that with consistent movement, joints can remain functional and relatively comfortable, even as stiffness occasionally arises. The progression is typically slow, and severe pain or sudden loss of mobility is uncommon in normal aging. Understanding joint pain and stiffness as part of the natural process of aging allows people to approach these changes with awareness rather than alarm. These experiences highlight the way the body adjusts over decades of use, illustrating resilience and adaptability. Recognizing that joints naturally become less flexible and more sensitive over time provides perspective on the aging process and emphasizes that mild discomfort is a normal companion of growing older. These changes are not failures of the body, but evidence of a lifetime of activity and movement, showing how the body continues to function and support daily life, even as it evolves with age.